What is up, YouTube? It is the Naughty Penguin. I'm bringing you a deck profile on my TG Stuns. I went to locals last week with this. Did fairly well. I've been going really well with this. I didn't top last week. The week before I topped with this, and the week before that I topped with it. So, yeah. I've been doing well with this deck. I figured I'd show it off. So yeah, I'll just get on with it. Triple Striker, Triple Werewolf. My cat is making strange noises in the background if you can hear that. And Triple Rhino. Standard 9, a lot of people like the Wonder Magician. I don't have a Wonder Magician, or not Wonder Magician, whatever it is. The tuner that tunes with monsters from your hand. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I don't run it. I don't have one, so I don't. Two Beast King Barbaros. I do run the main decked skill drains. I was putting these in the skill drains on the side at one point, but honestly, I feel it's better to have these now, especially because at my locals, skill drain hurts a lot of the decks that I played. It's not like a whole lot of Dark Worlds or, I don't know, Heretics, which I thought would be more common when I was siding them. So, I decided to main them. Two Bears, even with Skill Drain main decked, blah, if I could speak. I like the Bears. It gives me outs to things like Gear Armor and stuff, and yeah, overall it's just a good card. Speaking of Gear Armor and other search cards, I do main deck the one Thunder King. You are playing a stun deck, it is a good card. That's it for the monsters. Onto the spells. Triple Duality. You don't special summon a whole heck of a lot in this deck. And Double Tanky, those are your main search cards. Double Lance. I've actually thought about cutting this card because 9 out of 10 times you don't really care if you get hit by a Mirror Force or something, because you're going to plus at the end phase anyway. So they're okay. They can be helpful, especially for things like damage step lancing. 3 main deck skill drains. Fire Fists are kind of annoying. Same thing with Mermail. So it's chainable, so I like maining the 3. And the 1 Book of Moon. I don't main deck this Dark Hole, I side deck it though. Traps, 2 skill drain, as I said, I main deck these. I used to side them. I find maining them is better, because you can always side deck them out. 2 TGIEM1s or TG1EM1s, whatever it's called. It's creature swap. 2 Horn of the Phantom Beasts. I was running 3. I cut 1 because I didn't like it. It was way too cloggy. 2 Mirror Force, Mass Destruction. 2 Deep Prisons for things you don't want to Mirror Force. Yeah, I like Deep Prison. It's also the one thing that I really hate running into, because you need to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard to get their effect. 2 Fiendish Chains. If I had room for a third, I would, but I hate running 41 cards. Even in a deck like this that's consistently searching and thinning itself. And then I run the Trinity in the form of Bottomless, Torrential, and Solemn Warning. You don't really mind blowing up your monsters. As I said, you don't really care if they get destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Compulse is not that great this format, so I haven't been running it. That's the 40 card main deck. I'll get onto the extra deck now, I guess. The extra deck isn't complete because I can't afford things like Exciton Knight or 101. So I'm running 3 level 5 synchros in the form of TG Wonder Magician, TG Power Gladiator, and Ally of Justice Cataster. This card is fairly good against most things that, I don't know, like frogs and stuff like that. So I like running the 1 Cataster as well. This is a MST when it comes out, and a tuner, which is nice because I can go special Striker, special Werewolf, sync, make this pop something in their back row, or bait out a trap, and then I can summon for a normal thing. And if I want, I can synchro up for like 9. I don't run an 8-star synchro. I could if I wanted to. Like if I ran another, I don't know. If I opened with like 2 Warwolves and a Striker, you can make 8, but I don't really find myself ever needing to make an 8-star synchro. So those are the 3 5s. Oh, as I should mention, this guy pierces, and when these get destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. So that's it for the 5 stars. On to the 6s. I run the 1 Barkion, the 1 Vulcan the Divine, and the Gaia Knight the Force of Earth. If you have Striker and Rhino, you're going to want to go into this guy. Won me a lot of games because they just can't do anything. If they are, like, I was playing against, like, Harpies. My friend's Harpies, actually. Yeah, we finally had to face each other. I dropped this guy and he just couldn't do anything. I had a response for everything. Vulcan, it's good if you have something to bounce back to hand, if you have the tanky, if you have a dead Fiendish Chain, or a dead, I don't know, like a dead Horn of the Phantom Beast or something like that. And this, because there's really no other good 6-star synchros to go into. And Skill Drain, Fiendish Chain, stuff can't stop him. As I said, I don't run 8s. I can't make 7s, actually, so... well, I can make 7s, but it's, like, ridiculous that I'd ever need to. So, I run 1/9 in the form of Giganticastle. I don't have a Mistworm, otherwise this would be a Mistworm. However, I find that I kind of like this a little bit better than Mistworm because Mistworm requires 2 non-tuners, I believe. And this only requires 1. So what you can do is, if you have Wonder Magician, you can special Striker, Warwolf, make Wonder Magician, summon any level 4, and then synchro into this, and you get a 3100 beater. It says 29, but it gains 200 attack and defense for each non-tuner monster it was used. So it's a nice card. And then I run the 1/10 in the form of Leo. You can make this quite often, actually. The reason I didn't top last week was really stupid. I was playing against a Geargia player, and I'd made this, and it took him forever to get around this, and I knew I was going to lose unless I could make a synchro play, and I had the Catastor left in my deck, which I knew he couldn't get around. So I was really hoping I would top deck a Warwolf, because I hadn't actually gone through... I think I went through like 1 so far in that game. And someone made a joke saying, watch him top deck the Beast King Barbaros and make a second Leo. And I did top deck the second Barbaros, which annoyed the hell out of me because I only ran the 1. And for the Xseeds, I do run the 1 rank 3 in the form of Zenmaines, solely because I kind of had a little bit of room. I don't have everything that I wanted, so I threw this in as a, what if card, and a couple weeks ago it won me a game against Boojins, but other than that, it's not really that good in the deck. I wouldn't recommend running it. I do run the 1 Cowboy, because Burning for Game is funny. Diamond Dyer, running Beasts, Beast Warriors, so, yeah. Black Ship of Corn, it's Black Ship of Corn. Mastroke, because it's amazing. Crazy Box, because Skill Drain, and 1 Photon Papal Operative, however the friggin' hell you pronounce it. As I said, I don't have everything I really want. That would be a 101, and that would be an Exciton if I had them. So, yeah. These are just kind of fillers for now. But yeah, that's it. Onto the side deck, which I'll admit is not the best side deck I've ever had, but it does its job. 2 Fencing Fire Ferrets. It's a beast type, so Horn of the Phantom Beast does work on it, and its effect to destroy and burn gets under Skill Drain, so it's a nice card. This won me a game against Blackwings, because he had 500 life points left, and I just set this past, and yeah, it was a funny game. Maxis, it's an amazing card right now. DD Crows, once again, just a really good card. I can't run the macro Soul Drain or D-Fissure because that would hurt my deck way too much, so the DD Crow works in its place. The one Dark Hole, because it's at 1. 2 DNA Surgeries. Boojins scare the hell out of me, even though I don't play them a whole heck of a lot. This is there for when I do. I really, really hate Boojins, and I think they're going to get a lot better, so it's nice to have these just in case. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. 4 games when I face things like Dark Worlds or whatever, I tend to side like this in and the DD Crows and just take out the Skill Drains and the Beast Kings. It's also good against Gravekeepers, I guess. Not that I play them a whole heck of a lot. 2 Mind Crush, Spellbooks, yeah, and 2 Vanities. These were severely underwhelming, I'll be honest. These came in, I played Frogs 3 times last week, so these came in against Frogs, which was funny, but honestly, other than that, when I drew them, they were okay, but these never really came in. So yeah, that's the full deck. The past 3 weeks, I've gone... Last week I went X2, but didn't top. The week before I went X1, topped, and we split top 4. And then the week before that I went X1, made top 4, and then I lost in top 4 to the same person that I lost to in the first couple rounds. So, yeah. I should mention that my locals, we usually do go top 8, but for the past couple weeks there's been like just not as many people, so we've been doing top 4. Last week was top 8, which kind of sucked because I didn't make it, but oh well. So that's it for the deck. I really like it. I like stun decks in general. For those of you who don't know me or haven't seen my previous channel, I used to be running a whole lot of stun decks. I ran Anti-Meta Chaos, Stun. It was a really weird deck that was amazing until they hit Thunder King, and I'm like, maybe I can make it work, and then I hit Thunder King again, and I'm like, I hate you, Konami. So, yeah. This is what I've been playing. I'm making Evil Swarms, which is going to be, I guess, the deck I'm probably going to be playing for the majority of next format. I also have a couple decks I'm just kind of making on the side for fun. I'm making Thunder, the Thunder family, and I'm making Gishkis, or rather I have Gishkis made. It's a fun deck, it's just not particularly competitive. So yeah, that's it for the deck. Tell me what you think, tell me what you like, don't like, whatever. Comment, rate, subscribe if you haven't, because it's a pain in the ass to get subscribers now, especially after I made the new channel. So, yay, show a little love. Nice little heart for you. Also, I won this mat 2 weeks ago. I really like it, if I didn't comment on that already. So that's it for now. Naughty Penguin, signing out.